Greetings from the fourth floor of Moore Hall. I'm McKenna Galat, the host of Past Deadline, bringing you the biggest headlines from Central Michigan life. For more than 100 years, the student-run media company has been the voice of the campus community. Today, I'm here with CM Life Editor-in-Chief Michael Livingston, who will help guide us through today's subject. Thank you for being with me today.
Thank you, McKenna.
Yeah. Earlier this week, Central Michigan University sent out messages to 58 prospective students confirming they received the Centralis Scholarship, which is a full ride award including tuition and room and board, and one of the highest prestige scholarships offered here. Just 2 days later, the students received messages from admissions office telling them the congratulatory emails were sent out by mistake. According to a statement from the university, the initial emails were sent out due to an error while testing the messaging system. Much more has happened since then, but for now, we have Parker Christensen from Newaygo County joining Michael and I for today's episode. Parker was one of the 58 students to receive the scholarship email and the first to come forward to share his story with CM Life and many other news outlets. Thank you for being with here today. How are you, Parker?
I'm doing great.
Awesome.
So take us through what happened starting at the beginning. How much work did you put into the Centralis Scholarship application?
I had to write an essay and create an art project for the Centralis Scholar Award, and all of that took a pretty long time to write and edit and get all my transcripts and information and resumes and recommendations all together. So took a pretty long time to fill out that application.
When did you start that application, Parker?
I would say beginning of or middle of October.
Okay.
And I turned it in November 15th, which was the deadline.
Can you take us through your point of view, what happened?
From like the top, like,
Yeah.
Okay. So you're saying like just Friday when it first started, like when we got okay.
Yeah.
Friday, I was in the middle of Walmart and I opened up the email to my student portal, and I pretty much just read it and it said, "Congratulations, you're part of the selected group for the Centralis Scholar Award." And I was blown away. It was an amazing award. Once in a lifetime opportunity, honestly. And I called my parents and friends and told them all, and they're just as happy as I was. It was just pretty amazing. And then Saturday, the email and the forms disappeared from my student portal, so I had like no access to the form that I filled out. So I was really confused on what happened there. And Sunday morning, I got a email and a phone call from admissions director Lee Furbeck, and she pretty much told me that they were unable to give me the Centralis Scholar Award because of a messaging error that they're running in test mode. So yeah, it was pretty bad.
So you got that phone call from CMU admissions saying that this was an error message and everything like that. To walk us through getting that phone call and the feeling. I remember you telling me you already told family members and loved ones and everything like that.
Yeah, getting that phone call, I was well, I mean, I missed it the first time, so I was calling her back, but she pretty much left me a voicemail that first said that they made a mistake and they sent out the test run throughout the students and stuff, and they're terribly sorry, but they're gonna up our maroon and gold scholarship. So then I called her back, and she pretty much just told me that that they posted my real results in my student portal, but I couldn't find it, so she had to email it to me. And it was definitely a hard time, or a hard thing to listen hear, that you win a full ride and then you lose it over a mistake. Yeah, it was pretty bad. I didn't tell my family until later that day because it was just had to process it myself,
Mhm.
what was going on.
So you mentioned that they upped your maroon and gold scholarship, correct?
Yeah.
Was that close to what the Centralis scholarship would have been?
No. At first, no, because it's a full ride that paid for your room and board and stuff, and they were just gonna up it up like 3,000, which would have it was 10,000 a year.
Mhm.
So that's half of a full ride. So I mean, it would have still covered a lot, but nowhere near a full ride at all.
It's safe to say too that like just because you got the extra $3,000, which I think bumped you up to around 10, right?
Yeah.
That wouldn't have said happen to the other 57 who may not have gotten a maroon and gold scholarship as much as yours. You know,
Yes.
there,
Yeah.
there could have been other stipulations with that.
Yeah. Definitely. That's what I was thinking of too. That those other students, like some, I knew some that even went to my school that didn't get as much as me, or they got more. So I didn't know if CMU was gonna bump it up to 10,000 for others as well. But
Right.
So ever since this story has happened, it's made national news. And it's been reported in New York Times, Detroit Free Press, and CNN. And you're a high school senior, so what's it like for you to have your name be reported by these big news outlets?
I guess it's pretty cool, but also exhausting because I've talked to so many news stations, and it's been like every single day, just constant new people contact me and wanting to hear the story, and it's pretty much all the same thing. But um, I guess it's cool being on the news. I mean, it's not my first time, but
Well,
it's pretty
what
cool.
motivates you to keep talking to those different news outlets? I mean, what makes you want to share your story so much?
Because I just one, I don't want it to happen again, and I mean, it seems like it already has happened in other places like Oakland University. Those 5,500 students, it happened to them, and I just, you know, a kid shouldn't have to go through what happened here, and yeah, that I pretty much just, I don't know, it just kept coming, and I thought that something better would have came out of it if I kept talking to more news stations. So
Right. So after a lot of those news stations came out with, their stories, a lot of them quoting you, they finally did offer you a full tuition scholarship along with the other 57 students. Um, that is equal to $12,750 per year, right?
yes,
So how long after did you receive communication from the university? Because I think you and I can both say this. It was CM Life, and I think it was my phone call that actually alerted you about the full tuition scholarship, right?
yes, yeah. You sent me the screenshot, and I was really confused. I was like, all right, is this true? And I think it was about I can't remember what time you sent me that. I think it was like at noon or somewhere in the middle of the day. But around 8 o'clock or 9, I got the email from them saying that they were bumping up our maroon and gold scholarship to a full tuition.
Yeah, I think it was actually around like 5 o'clock is when you and I had a phone call, and then later that night
Okay.
you got the email, right?
Yeah, that's when it was.
Yeah. So, those 57 other prospective students received the same message you did. Did you get in contact with them, after you got that message? What was their reaction like to getting the full tuition scholarship?
Like other students.
Yeah.
I only talked to one other student that it happened to, and it was Eli Vincent. He said that it was great that they got the full tuition back, and he was wondering if I got it back too, and I said yes, and he was just he was happy but still angry that this happened in the first place because it's still not a full ride, but
Right.
yeah.
Mm. So with this new full tuition deal, will it be enough to get you here in the fall? Um, And describe what your decision-making process based on that is.
I think it's definitely enough. I'm still gonna attend college at CMU, but it's definitely gonna help out a lot. I mean, I don't gotta pay for any of my classes now, so it's just room and board. But I'm gonna work and stuff and pay for that, and hopefully my other scholarships just cover it all, so I don't have to worry about that. But other than that, I'll be ready for the fall.
Great. And real quick, the full tuition scholarship, were you communicating with Director of Admissions Lee Furbeck for that?
Are you saying when we received it?
When you
Yeah.
got the full tuition, yeah.
Yeah, it was from I never emailed or called or texted her back, but when she sent that email, it was from her. So yes.
It was confirmed on January 28th that she'll no longer be working at the university. What's your reaction to that decision?
Yeah, I heard about that, and it was I didn't have really much to say because I was confused on if it was an accident, and I don't think that it should have costed her job, but I guess that's the decision, and that maybe there was something else to it, and that's something that CMU decided to do. So
Right.
I have no idea.
Yeah, Parker.
I just hope what I didn't have a cause, a part of it. So.
Right. Yeah, Parker. Now we're kind of wrapping up here. I just want to know, what are your impressions of CMU now? You're going to come here in the fall, and that's awesome. You should, because you have this great deal now. But what are your first impressions now that this happened to you?
I just hope that it doesn't happen again, like with future things like emails and anything that has to do with the school and students. Like, just hoping that nothing happens in the future with like mistakes like this again. But definitely nice of them to own up and give all 58 kids a full tuition ride. But still confused on how it happened in the first place. But I guess that's something no one will ever know.
Well, there is a way to know, and Parker, thank you so much for being here. Through this situation, you've really shown the ability to keep people accountable. You make your voice heard. So when you do get here in the fall, man, I know you're a pre-med student, but you don't have to be a journalism student to work at CM Life. So if you ever want to come into our office, we'd welcome you. What do you say?
Well, yeah, why not?
That's awesome, man.
That's
I'll do it.
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we hope to see you here. Feel free to come in first day, and keep us updated with any more coming through.
Got it. I will.
McKenna?
All right. Thank you again for joining us today, Parker. Hopefully we will be seeing you this fall on campus. Good luck with the rest of your senior year.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And thank you, Michael, for coming in onto the podcast as well. I'm sure we'll both be keeping an eye on the situation as it continues.
Absolutely.
And you can follow the latest from CM Life by following us on Twitter, liking us on Facebook, or connecting with us on Instagram and Snapchat. Subscribe to CM Life's podcast channels on iTunes, Spotify, and SoundCloud. The print edition of CM Life is published every other week and is distributed throughout campus and Mount Pleasant. Thank you for listening and supporting CMU student media.